captured and hard, and she did not want to talk about it, and profane this feeling through simple words. And as time passed by, the next day and the next, she still could not find the proper words to express the complexity of her feelings. She could not even find thoughts in which to reflect on all that was in her soul.
I'd like to stop seeing you here.
Oh, where do you want to meet?
We can meet in my room, or we could be...
Oh, that would be impossible.
Then we should meet in a hotel.
Hotels are cold and impersonal, like hospitals.
Like hospitals.
Yes, everyone is looking for a remedy, whether it's temporary rest from the world or temporary relief from life.
Then we should meet in a hospital. Because sometimes it takes sad trees in your eyes after we make love.
Then I must have a terrible malady.
Yes, and I recommend you buy a canary and listen to it sing 5 minutes a day.
What if I can't find a canary?
Then you must come hear me sing when I take a shower.
Ophelia!
Go! Go! Someone's coming! Go!
Wait! Wait, you don't let me finish! You don't let me finish! That's one of the problems we have. I own shares in this factory, and now that your
I
husband...
am in the factory and I have the last word.
But Ophelia!
Come upstairs and go outside the office.
Ophelia! All these other companies are succeeding!
But Che, that has nothing to do with machines.
I don't want to listen to this. He's not the owner of this factory. Will somebody go upstairs?
Just let me talk! Let's back up here. I'm trying to make a point. Y no me dejas hablar.
Let the man talk, Mama.
Ophelia, all these other companies have the leads. I can name them all. Caprichos, Entractos, Petit Bouquet, Regalia de Salon, Coquetas, Conchas Finas. They all have the leads.
Ah, they don't roll cigars like we do.
It doesn't matter how they roll cigars. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It matters to us.
Then we're never going to get
Who's in
anywhere.
a hurry to get anywhere?
Are you going somewhere, Conchita?
No.
Are you going somewhere, Paloma?
I wouldn't mind going to the Canary Islands to see my grandmother.
In that case, I want to go to Spain.
And I'd like to go to Russia.
I'm not joking. I'm talking about the modern world, modernity, progress, advancement.
If being modern means working with machines, we are not interested in the modern world.
Do you want to see our sales records? Do you want to see our
I
records?
don't have to see our sales records. I know how much we sell, and we're not doing that fast.
How can we be doing well when we have to let go of 2 employees?
One employee, Chick. The other one was your wife, and she left of her own accord.
My point is that
Machines are stealing our jobs.
That's right.
I own more shares in this factory now. Hold on, and from now on I'm going to set things straight. Hold on. Do you want to know the problems we have in our factory? Do you want to know? We are stuck in time. And why are we stuck in time? Because we are operating in the same manner we were 20, 30, 50 years ago. Wait a second. Hold on. And why are we stuck? We are stuck because we're not part of the new century. Because we are still rolling cigars the same way Indians rolled them hundreds of years ago. I mean, we might as well wear feathers and walk half naked with bones in our noses. There are machines that do tobacco stuffing at the speed of light. Bunching machines, stripping machines.
And with all these machines, are there any workers left?
Are you kidding me? The workers operate the machines. The workers run the machines.
Leonardo over at Aurora factory said...
Leonardo's not like, "Lord, what does he know about machines?"
He doesn't talk about machines like you do. But I will tell you what he says. He's always talking about maintaining our ways, our methods, the old process we use, what we brought with us from the island. We brought these to roll our cigars, so we don't need an apparatus for everyone else.
That's why he doesn't value machines. The lectores are all being fired from the factories because nobody can hear them read over the sounds of the machines. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm not interested in giving any more money from my pocket, from my wages, to hear some lector reading romantic novels.
It's literature, Chick.
Literature, romance novels, it's all the same to me.
No, it's not the same. We learn things, and the words he reads are like a breeze that breaks the monotony of this
My father used to say that the tradition of having beaters in the factories goes back to the Taino Indians. He used to say that tobacco leaves whisper the language of the sky. And that's because through the language of cigar smoke, the Indians used to communicate to the gods. Obviously, I'm not an Indian. But as elector, I am a distant relative of the cacique, the chief Indian, who used to translate the sacred words of the deities. The workers are the oinores, the ones who listen quietly, the same way Taino Indians used to listen. And this is the tradition that you are trying to destroy with your machine. Instead of promoting and popularizing your machine, why don't you promote our cigars? Or are you working for the machine industry?
He's right. We need more advertising so we can sell more cigars.
Let's face it, Chester, workers, cigars aren't popular anymore. Moving pictures now feature their stars smoking cigarettes. Valentino, Douglas Fairbanks, they're all smoking cigarrillos and not cigars. You can go to Hollywood and offer our cigars to producers. You're being cynical. No, I'm warning you. This fast mode of living with machines and moving cars affects cigar consumption. And do you want to know why, Senor Chester? Because people prefer quick smoke, the kind you get from a cigarette. The truth is, machines, cars, are keeping us from taking walks and sitting on park benches and smoking a cigar slowly and calmly, the way they should be smoked. So you see, Chester, you want modernity, but modernity is actually destroying our very own industry, the very act of smoking a cigar. I'll certainly step out of the room if you want to take a vote.
You don't have to leave the room. It's obvious that we want you to stay.
No. Let's do it the democratic way. This is America. I'll step out of the room and you can take a vote. Go ahead, Chester.
What's going on here?
Ah, good. I'm glad you're here. We're about to take a vote.
What are you voting for?
Machines, check, brats, and new stuffing machines.
Do the workers want machines?
No.
So what are you voting for?
To do it the American way.
And what is the American way if everybody says no?
You talk to check. Everything has gone up to his head. He's also talking about getting rid of the elector.
Now wait a minute.
Elector?
I asked the workers if they wanted to continue to pay for the elector. That's all I did.
And I was about to go out so the workers could vote.
You don't have to go anywhere. You stay here. I'm glad to meet you. I am Santiago.
One million at your service.
I've heard that many factories are getting rid of the electores. Señores, is this what we want? Let's raise our hands if this is what we want. Two votes. And that's the answer. We are not getting rid of one winner. And I have good news. We are coming up with a new cigar brand, and it will be called Ana Karenina. Alvarela, if you would do us the honor, I would like you to pose as Ana Karenina for the label.
Me?
If you like.
Of course.
Here are some clothes for you to wear.
I will try them on.
Tomorrow, we will start making plans for production. We have much work ahead of us, amigos. But I promise that we will all benefit from the fruit of our work. I'm glad to be back. What are you voting for?
Santiago, what is this new cigar brand you're talking about? We don't have the money.
And what is this apparatus you brought to our factory?
Santiago, the sales are down. You haven't been here. The price of tobacco coming from Cuba is sky high.
Oh, you'll spend our money buying machines then.
We can benefit.
Oh, it's out of the question. Return our apparatus to the factory you got it from. And get me a calendar.
But Santiago,
Here's your money, the check. I got a loan. This time, I'm betting my money on the factory. Get me a calendar, I said. What's today's date?
the 21st.
How can it be the 21st when you already crossed out the 21st on the calendar?
That's how I do it.
You already crossed out today's date?
I know.
You might have a problem, JJ.
And what kind of problem do you think I might have?
You're crossing out your day before you start taking part in it.
What's the use anyway when nothing changes in this place?
That's not a good attitude.
What do you want me to do?
For one thing, get rid of this crap. Why don't you get the kind of calendar I have? The kind that you tear off the pages.
And do you think the page of a calendar can make a difference in one's life?
Of course. Something as simple as crossing out your days before you live them can have an effect on the mind. Can cause apprehension, anxiety, even despair.
Then I'm going straight to hell because nothing changes in this place. Everything feels the same. Today feels like yesterday and the day before that.
What in the world is wrong with you, JJ?
This factory! I can't stand it! Working here is like hitting my head against the wall. I try to make changes, modernize this place, but it's like facing a wall of concrete every time I try to do something.
That's what it is? Chester?
Well, then there's Mildred. Ever since she left me, I'm not the same. Something is missing. Have you ever seen the tail of a lizard when it's cut off? The tail twists and moves from side to side like a worm that's been removed from the soil. The thing moves on its own like a nerve that still has life and is looking for the rest of the body that's been slashed away. That's how I feel sometimes. I turn from side to side in my bed at night. I wake up in the morning looking for her in the kitchen, thinking she's there making coffee. I look for her in the garden, and then I come here, and there's this moron doing the same story every day to remind me of her, and I hate it, I hate him, and there's like no end to it, and I just want to,
How do you look, Papa?
Oh, you'll make a great Anna. You have to wear a flower in your hair to make it look like one of our women. I'll get you a flower, my dear. We talk later, Chester. We need to talk.
Well, do you think I can pose for the label?
you look beautiful.
Ah, who is this Russian lady?
Do I pass the test?
You look wonderful. Your father was right in choosing you. It's going to be a great picture. I was looking for my book. I think I left it here.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
No, it's not here. I must have left it outside.
Are you staying until late tonight?
I am.
I'm going over the books, and you?
I'm decorating my table with pictures I like. Photographs of movie stars and this of the street in Moscow. So I can picture the people in the novel walking through it.
You're really obsessed with this book.
I am.
Just a book or the lector?
That's none of your business.
But it is. I've been watching you while you work.
And what are you doing looking at me when I work?
You have to pay less attention to the reader and more attention to what you're doing.
Oh, you're just trying to find any excuse to get rid of that door. Next thing, you'll tell my father he's distracting all the workers.
As a matter of fact, he is. He's distracting you. Some of the cigars you rolled today were faulty, and you're going to get the same dickens everyone gets.
Yes, the new lector is getting to you. I'm not letting you.
I don't let any book or lector get to me.
Sure, you probably remember your wife every time you read a page.
Huh. My wife's dead to me.
Dead behind your eyes. So everywhere you look, you see her.
Do you want to see how you ruin the cigars?
Show me. I pride myself on my work. I'm one of the fastest rollers in this place.
But fast isn't always good, madam.
Nothing's wrong with it.
Oh. Here, feel it. Hollow, a soft spot.
Thank you, Chester. Is there anything else? Can I start pasting?
As a matter of fact, there's something else.
What, Chester?
Sometimes you get so distracted by the Russian story, I've seen you take shortcuts.
What kind of shortcuts?
Sometimes you bring a cigar to your mouth and bite the end of it instead of reaching for the knife.
You've seen me do that?
Yes, I've seen you do that and a lot more.
Really?
When your mind wanders away from your work and you go off to your own little Russia, you forget the paste jar. You lick the last tobacco leaf as if sealing a letter to a lover, or playing with the mustache of a Russian man. Is that what it is, little madam? You're playing with some man in your mind and you're forgetting that you're bringing a cigar to your mouth and licking it instead of pasting it?
Oh, Chester.
Do you actually forget they work in a little factory where it gets real hot in summer, and we need to wet the tobacco leaves because they get dry from the heat, and they need the moisture like the wet lake of your tongue?
Don't look at me that way, Chester.
And how do you want me to look at you?
Don't touch me!
Why not?
Because I don't like it.
But I do. When I listen to that story, I do think of my wife.
Get away from me.
Marella, please, come here. No. Marella.
Marella! Don't you ever touch me again!
Anna Karenina's husband did not see anything peculiar and improper in his wife sitting with Vronsky at a separate table and having a lively conversation. But he noticed that the others, sitting in the drawing room, considered it peculiar and improper. And so it seemed improper to him too. He decided he must have a conversation with his wife about it.
At what time do you meet your lover?
At the agreed time.
And what time is that?
Oh, it changes like the moon.
Where do you meet besides this place?
I can't tell you these things.
Why not?
Because that's the way it is.
Does he read to you?
Sometimes. When he says I look sad,
You get sad?
it's not sadness. Sometimes I feel frightened.
Frightened of what?
Frightened of something I have never felt or done before.
But isn't this what you wanted?
Yes, but sometimes I can't help the guilt.
And how does he respond when you tell him that?
He tells me that I need to make love to him all over again. That I need to get used to it, to him, to his body.
What else does he say to you?
He says things women like to hear.
Like what?
That I taste sweet and mysterious, like water hidden inside fruits, and that our love will be white and pure, like tobacco flowers, and it will grow at night, the same way tobacco plants grow at night.
And what else does he tell you?
Private things.
Like what? you like that?
He knows when and how to say them.
And when does he talk to you this way?
When we're both deep inside each other and could almost surrender to death. When he pounds so hard inside of me as if to kill me, as if to revive me from a drowning place, that deep place where he takes me.
I see.
Why so curious, Palomo?
Because I don't know. Because you seem different. You've changed.
It happens when lovers do what they're supposed to do.
So you ever talk to him about me?
Yes. He wanted to know why he stopped loving me.
And what did you tell him?
I told him it just happened one day, like everything else in life.
And what was his response?
He wanted to know how I felt. And I told him the truth. I told him that I still love you and desire you just the same.
And was he fine with that?
He wanted me to show him how I love you, to show him on his body.
And what did you do?
It was terrifying.
What? What was
I
terrifying?
thought it would be impossible, that no one could occupy that space in me. But he did. He did. And everything seemed so recognizable. So he had known me all along. His room became a theater, his bed a stage. And we became like actors in the play. Then I told him to pretend to be me. And I dressed him in my clothes. And he was compliant. It was that I was making love to myself. Because he knew what to do, where to go, and where to take me.
Show me. Show me.
Show you what?
Show me. Show me what he did to you and how he did it.
You would have to do as actors do.
And what is that?
Actors surrender. They let go of themselves. They give in. You would have to let go of yourself and enter the life of another human being. In this case, it would be me.
Teach me then.
Here? In the factory?
Yes. Right there. Where you meet him. Sometimes I don't know what to do. Or it's just me, my mind. At night I can't sleep. I lie there awake, thinking, imagining the two of them there together. I can see him on her face and on her eyes. I can smell him on her skin and on her handkerchief and on her closet. I don't know what to do.
You should move up north to Trenton and start a new life. Take her away from here. That's what I wanted to do with Mildred. I figured the two of us can live up north, work in a cigar factory. There are plenty of them in Trenton, and there are no like Lotus and no good-for-nothing love stories, which put ideas in women's heads and ants inside their pants.
Would you give me a hand with the decorations?
We were just talking about the love stories.
It's obvious you don't care too much for them. You almost made me lose my job the other day.
Oh, I'm curious as to how the story ends.
Yeah. Does the husband ever think of killing the lover? I would have killed the bastard a long time ago.
You would probably choose a duel instead of killing the lover in cold blood.
I would have shot this son of a bitch a long time ago.
That's not the way things were done in those days.
Then the husband is a coward and a stinker.
Oh. I don't see the husband as a coward. He might be more clever than the three of us. If you say so. Juan Julian.
Well, the husband is acting according to his status. He is a man of power. He has one of the most important positions in the ministry. We're talking about St. Petersburg society. Everyone knows each other. He did it one time as a fair to become a big scandal.
The husband is a pansy if you ask me.
So what character do you identify with in the novel?
Oh, I like them all. I learned things from all of them.
And what have you learned from Anna's lover?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm intrigued as to how he became interested in her.
It's very obvious in the novel.
And what's your personal opinion?
She came to him because she thought he could help her.
Help her. How?
Help her to love again. Help her to recognize herself as a woman all over again. She had probably only known one man, and that was the husband. With the lover, she learns a new way of loving. And it's this new way of loving that makes her come back to him over and over again. But that's my interpretation.
You are all here. We are celebrating the whole thing today. Let's have another drink.
Remember, you have a speech to make.
Oh, these words inspire me.
At the rate we're going, we'll be drunk before the party gets started.
Enjoy yourself. Today, I'm the happiest man on earth.
Are you drinking without me?
Of course not. Not have a drink with us. Where's your sister? You look beautiful in that dress, my child. I've never seen you wear it.
Papa, just a month ago I wore it. We were invited to a party. Oh, I remember as if it were yesterday. Mama hates pastries.
No, I don't, my child.
You told me I looked like an old lady last time I wore it.
Frankly, I didn't think much of it when you had it made, but now that you've cut your hair and you look so different, it's actually very becoming.
You do look beautiful, my love.
I like pastries.
They remind me of Dixie and Bohemians.
You actually look very bohemian.
It's true. Hazes look as if they come from a floating world. Senores, I have one question. As an outsider, as a foreigner in this country, I have something to ask. Why do Americans prohibit something as divine as whiskey and rum?
Because Americans become socialists when they drink.
I have another answer to your question. Alcohol is prohibited in this country because alcohol is like literature. Literature brings out the best and the worst parts of ourselves. If you're angry, it brings out your anger. If you're sad, it brings out your sadness. And some of us are, let's just say, not very happy.
Ah, but rum brings out your best steps if you are a good dancer. If you have 2 left feet, it's better on you, don't dance at all. So let's face it, senores, Americans are good at making movies, radios, and cars, but when it comes to dancing, it's better if, with the exception of the color folks, of course, they got what it takes to dance up a storm. That's why I think alcohol is prohibited, because most Americans can't dance. No, I feel like dancing.
No, we can't dance yet, because I have an announcement to make. Where's Maria?
You must be putting on your costume.
Well, señoras y señores, today we've taken time from work to drink and dance and to celebrate this new cigar brand we are launching into the market. This well-crafted cigar is wrapped in the finest leaves from Huerta Abajo in Pinar del Rio, the tip of the island of Cuba. The length of the cigar is 6 1/8 inches. The ring gauge is 52. I truly believe it's our finest toro. Where's Maria? She should be here.
I'm here, Papa.
Oh, let me look at you, my little blue sky.
But my child, you look beautiful.
You came just in time. I was just about to say that since most cigars are named after beautiful women and romantic love stories, today we are baptizing our cigar with the name of Anna Karenina. The cigar will sell for 10 cents, and we are hoping it will bring us fortune and prosperity. So now that we are gathered here, I would like to ask my beloved Ophelia to do us the honor of officially knighting the first Anna Karenina. Well,
It burns like a blue dream.
bravo! And to the youngest one in the family, our very own Anna. It's glorious. Perfecto. Chester.
Burns well. Pleasant aroma. I detect a little bit of cherry. I think this is our finest horse.
Ah, it speaks of forests and orchids.
age grow sweet like mangoes.
You forgot one, Julian?
Yes, we can't forget about our late daughter who brought us the world. About Katerina.
Sweet aroma. Its size at a sunset. It has a little bit of cocoa beans and cedar. I believe we have cigars, senores.
We have a job.
Papa, let's go into the streets and tell the world about our cigar. Let's give our new cigars to the people.
And go backward, my child. No, alcohols are no job.
Hey, don't shout, Sunday. I get you drunk. Stop drinking.
Oh, no inauguration is complete without the breaking of a bottle or a gunshot.
I propose 2 gunshots.
All can have 2. It got to be 3.
Then I'll shoot the 3rd one.
Oh, let's go, let's shoot.
Just remember, play private. Don't shoot the moon.
Where are you going?
Outside.
You've been looking at him the whole night. You're still in love with this man.
Maybe as much as you are.
I don't like men!
Why do you always want me to tell you what I do with him?
Because it's part of the old habit we have of listening. We are listeners.
No, there's something else.
You're right. There's something else. And it's terrible sometimes.
And nothing makes sense to me anymore.
I want you to go back to him. And tell him that you want to make love like a knife.
Why a knife?
Because everything has to be killed.
Senores, I have a confession to make. When I was 17, and that was yesterday, I was chosen to post for cigar brand that was called Marina, like the opera. And of course, just the thought of my face being on a cigar ring and so many men's hands and lips, my mother was scandalized. You see, we weren't cigar people. We were in the guava jelly business. So when she forbid me to pose for the cigar, I told her I wanted a picture of my face on a can of guava marmalade, and it was only fair. So they dressed me up in a red dress and put a carnation behind my ear and had me looking lovely, sitting in a hammock in a parrot by my side.
Let's go, my dear. We have smoked, we have fired a gun, and you have too much to drink.
Bah, you just want to take advantage of me at home.
Papa!
Are you coming with us, Marera?
I'll be there in a minute.
Don't be too long.
Buenas noches.
Let's go home. We'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.
Adios. Oh, I don't want this night to end. I can stay up all night. I don't want to sleep. We sleep too much. We spend more than a third of our lives sleeping. Sleeping. Darkness descends and everything is a mystery to us. We don't know if trees really walk at night, as I've heard in legends. And we don't really know if statues and spirits dance in the squares unbeknown to us. And how would we ever know if we sleep? We sleep and sleep.
I want to have what you drank. What did you drink?
Orange drink. I just feel gladness. Papa was so happy. I like to see him that way. And Mama was so full of joy. She's the one who drinks a little too much.
It's good to drink a little once in a while.
Yes, we deserve a little drink. We work hard enough. We deserve all that life offers us. And life is made up of little moments. Little moments as small as you read the day walking to the pharmacy.
So I'm in one of your jars?
Amen.
In many. You are clear and fresh as water. Did anybody ever tell you this?
No, never.
When people are blind.
Blind? Do you think so? And how can one teach the blind to see?
I wouldn't know. I'm not blind.
But we're all blind in the eyes of those who can't see.
You're right.
We just have to learn to use eyes in the dark. We have to learn to see through words and sound. Through our hands.
Those who are blind will see your beauty once they touch your face. I must go now. Sleep well.
Adios.
Adios.
Juan Julian,
Yes.
Let me the book.
What book?
the book in your hand.
Oh,
I promise not to get ahead of the story.
bring it tomorrow morning, or I won't have a book to read.
May you dream of angels.
You too.
Ana Karenina prepared herself for the journey with joy and willfulness. With small, skillful hands, she opened a red bag and took out a little cushion, which she placed in her lap before closing the bag.
Where's Cheche?
He hasn't arrived yet.
I hope someone gets here soon with the keys to the safe. The boy who delivered these boxes is outside and he needs to get paid.
I'll go to the house and ask my mom.
No. I need to help me take inventory of all the boxes.
As soon as I finish with this. I wonder where Papa is.
He's probably still in bed. He did drink.
You're right. Mama must be putting cold compresses on his forehead. It always happens.
Morning.
Morning.
Santiago, I need the key to the safe. I need to pay for this delivery.
Oh, very awesome.
I just left it at the office on top of the desk.
Where is Chiche?
He hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, I don't blame him. I was laying in bed myself, but your mother is like a rooster. Every time she gets off from bed,
I didn't wake you up.
I didn't say you did. It's those slippers you used to walk around the house. Now louder than a running train. Choo choo! Everywhere! One day I'm going to throw them out the window.
You do that, I'll take your Sunday shoes to the chimney cleaner.
See now, the pain got worse. This woman, how she likes to bother me. Oh!
Do you want my bottle of spirits, Papa?
Ah, give me anything you have, my child. Your mother doesn't take care of me.
Morning. Maria, why are you wearing your coat? Aren't you warm? No. Some coats keep winter inside them. You wear them and you find pockets full of December, January, and February. All those months that cover the earth with snow make everything still. That's how I want to be. Layered and still.
My child, are you all right?
I'm fine, Mama. Don't worry about me.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Here's your book.
Thank you.
Has Cheche come in yet?
No, he is just late. And sit down. Juan Julian is going to read to us.
I will begin by reading part 3, chapter 13 of Anna Karenina. In his youth, Anna Karenina's husband had been intrigued by the idea of dueling because he was physically a coward. I was well aware of this fact. In his youth, this terror often forced him to think of dueling and imagining himself in a situation in which it was necessary to endanger his life. This old ingrained feeling now reasserted itself. Let's suppose I challenge him. Let's suppose someone teaches me how to do it, he went on thinking. He puts us in position. I squeeze the trigger, and it turns out I've killed him. He shook his head to drive away such silly thoughts. What would be the sense in killing a man in order to define one's own relationship with a woman?
Yes, we should continue reading the story in his honor, so he doesn't feel they left his job undone. He should know that we're still his faithful listeners. I could, and I would read, but I know that if I open that book, I will be weak. No, we shouldn't cry. Tears are for the weak that mourn the knife and the killer, and the trickle of blood that streams from his factory all the way to the house where he was born.
Can someone read?
I will read.
That's right. Read. So we can get rid of the silence and this heat, and we can pause over a few lines and sigh and be glad that we are alive.
Read something cheerful.
The story should be finished, Papa. Let her finish the book. Yes, she's right. Stories should be finished, or they suffer the same fate as those who died before their time.
Anna Karenina, Part 3, Chapter 14. By the time he had arrived in Petersburg, Ana Karenina's husband was not only completely determined to carry out his decision, but he had composed in his head a letter he would write to his wife. In his letter, he was going to write everything he had been meaning to tell her.